Good evening. My name is Dan. I'm down 175 pounds off 7,000 units of insulin and put my type 2 diabetes in remission. I'm at the gym and I'm on the bike. I'm doing some cycling. I want to talk about fear. I really want to talk about fear tonight because I've been thinking about this today. I was at my office really late. I own a wellness company and we help folks put their type 2 diabetes in remission and lose weight. So I see fear on a daily basis, not as much as my potential clients, but I see fear on a daily basis where people get locked into fear and afraid of doing something, even after, they ask me a ton of questions about my program and things like that. And then they just freeze, they lock up because fear clenches them and prevents them from taking a step forward to get them healthy. Look, I was 473 pounds. And at 473, I had a lot of fear. I had fear about going to a restaurant. I had fear about getting on an airplane. I had fear about, sitting in a chair at a function. Would the chair hold me up? So much fear in my life. And one day I decided to go after it. You know what I really decided? Here's the thing with fear. Fear either it conquers you or you conquer it. There's no in between. There's no middle ground with fear. So you're either going to beat it or it's going to beat you. It's going to hold you captive to where you can't do something. And if that something's your health, that's when it becomes really, really dangerous. So let's take a look at fear and how do we get past fear? Because again, I was right there. I was staring fear in the face and I was scared to do something. I was scared for my life. I was scared for my future. I was afraid I had nowhere to go because I didn't know what to do, who to do it with, who do I trust? That's another fear. How do I trust someone to help me? There's so many people, I hear this all the time too from potential clients. There's so much stuff online. I've sat through so many of these. I bought this product, that product, every other product. They're afraid to take a step. And that's what fear will do. Fear will put you in a position where you're frozen and you can't make a move. Look, our minds are designed for us to go into fear mode. I often say to someone, if they give me an excuse, and yes, it's just an excuse, nobody needs to talk to their spouse to get healthy. I don't know one spouse that would say, honey, you don't know, I don't want you to get healthy. Really, is there any kind of a situation that you know where someone, a spouse, would say, no, I don't want you to get healthy? So that's an excuse. That's an excuse. When people tell me, well, I have to go on vacation first, that's an excuse. What this really is them not being able to situate their emotions for their fear. And once we figure out how to do that, we can do it. So let's talk about some solutions for this. So what are some things we can be doing to get past this blockage, to unfreeze us so we can actually move forward in life with our health? And the first one is just think about the consequences of not doing something. What would happen if we absolutely don't make a move? That's what I thought of when I was 473 pounds. What happens if I don't make a move and do something? My fear of that turned out to be greater than my fear of doing something, and that's how I won it over. The other thing I thought of was, what is the worst case scenario? My other business, I did business turnarounds. So I would go into a company that was losing millions of dollars and I'd get them making millions of dollars. And my first meeting with managers was always the same. Well, folks, what if we win? What if we make some changes? I know you're locked into your ways and everything else, but what if we make some changes and do things differently? And what if we win? What if? And that's a big question to ask yourself. What if I win? What if I'm actually able to do this? What if life changes? And when we sit down and we think these things through, and you can even put it on a piece of paper, what if I don't make a move? What if I do make a move? What if I actually win? What does that look like? So many people get locked up into thinking about like the worst of the worst of the worst. What about the best? See, our minds are set so that, and I say this to people all the time when they get off the call with me, once they get off the call, I tell them every single reason your mind's going to tell you why you shouldn't be doing something for yourself. It's going to go into protect mode and try to take care of you. But it's really not. This is just how we've been wired since the beginning of time. Our minds are wired to protect us. And to protect this, they go into the negative thought mode. And the negative thought mode is going to give you every excuse in the book not to take a step forward, not to actually do something. And that's just how we're wired. So if people don't jump in, when I hang up, I always wish them the best of luck because I know I'm not going to see them again. I don't want to hear any more excuses. I don't care. The pizza delivery man's here. The plumbing's done. I got to buy a new computer. No, stop. That's you confronting your fear. And you have to confront the fear. Again, you either conquer fear or it conquers you. So sit down, think about the what ifs. What if you win? What are the costs if you don't do something? Think about the medical costs if you don't make a move. Think about the psychological costs if you don't make a move. And then make a decision for you. Step through the door, look fear right in the eye, knock it down and walk past it. That, my friend, is how you conquer fear. I know you got it in you. If you need help, reach out. Listen, I've built an academy, and inside my academy, my wellness academy, we've got 16 lessons. We have an amazing app that's going to help you with your wellness journey. But we've also got 16 lessons, and the very first one is mindset. I'm going to teach you how to change your mindset, how you're looking at your life and at everything else so you can move forward. Sometimes we just need a little help, and that's what we're going to give you. So hit me up, check out the description. My calendar's in there, and let's talk about it. And let's get you moving past the fear stage. Unlock your life. It is so wonderful, and you deserve more than you have right now. Let's get you busy, and let's have a conversation about it, and we'll take it from there.